Doug Kite here at Gillette Stadium with Brian Smith, columnist with the Houston Chronicle. And Patriots-Texans Thursday night game. Pretty busy week here with the Patriots. Pretty uncertain about the quarterback situation. How taxing do you think that's kind of been on the Houston coaches, trying to figure out whether they're going to see Jimmy Garoppolo, Jacoby Brissett, Julian Edelman out on the field for the Patriots?
Yeah, we might get a little wildcat, obviously, or Edelman throwing the second pass of his career.
Yeah.
But, there's probably two ways to see it. Number one, it is a short week for both teams. But there's not any real videotape on Brissett. I mean, other than the college stuff. And he threw 9 passes, but you have no idea what this guy's really going to do. So on one hand, you want to say, well, it's advantage Texans, right? Because they have J.J. Watt, Jadeveon Clowney. They lead the NFL in sacks. They're the third best defense in the NFL when it comes to overall yardage and scoring. On the other hand, you can't really prepare for this guy.
Yeah.
So if he comes out and it's the Patriots and then Belichick at their best, then if they can draw 50-50, then Brock Osweiler is going to have to beat Jacoby Brissett, which sounds crazy. But, if the Texans defense can do what it usually does, they should be fine, win for the first time in Foxborough. If Jacoby Brissett surprises the NFL world, then all of a sudden this game gets a lot tougher very quickly.
Absolutely. And Brissett was pretty solid during the preseason, solid during those 9 throws, like you said, but he's a rookie quarterback. He's going up against the Texans defense, which is extremely difficult. Texans offense also has some tough weapons there, DeAndre Hopkins and Will Fuller. Those are basically the only guys that Brock Osweiler is throwing to so far. Do you see that changing at all in this game? Because I feel as though the Patriots might be able to eliminate Hopkins again this week. And
they always take away somebody.
Absolutely, and Malcolm Butler might be going up against Will Fuller. So who would be that third option?
Yeah, it's interesting because George Godsey, who obviously has Patriots ties, they have spread the ball around. 7 receivers, 8 receivers in the initial 2 games. But, as you said correctly, it's really just 2 people. It's Will Fuller and DeAndre Hopkins. What you want to see happen in this game is get your tight ends involved. When Bill O'Brien and George Godsey were the Patriots, they know the value of tight ends, obviously. Aaron Hernandez, Gronk, that whole situation. They've never been able to figure it out with the Texans, but C.J. Fedorowicz can catch a ball. Ryan Griffin can step up at times. So you're going to have to do that. One thing to watch for, dumping it off to Lamar Miller. They did that all the time with Arian Foster. Lamar Miller obviously is a new back, the free agent signing, and then that's the same offense that they ran with the Patriots, to where you're dropping it off to your back. So look for him to do that, but it's going to be Will Fuller. Will Fuller is the offensive X factor. He can burn. He will take you downfield. As long as he doesn't drop it, which he's had trouble with his entire career, look for Will Fuller to have a huge breakout game if everything works out for the Texans.
Absolutely, and the Patriots usually do try to double-team Hopkins, but that does become a little bit more difficult with Fuller since he's so fast, can take the top off the defense there. One final question here. Patriots will probably have to rely on the running game quite a bit. How's old friend Vince Wilfork look so far?
It's amazing because when you think that the Patriots literally released Vince Wilfork a couple years ago, he signed with the Texans, and at the time, everybody in the NFL said, you know what, the Patriots are ahead of the curve. It's the same old Patriots. They always release somebody a year early. Vince Wilfork has done his job for the Houston Texans. He's not a Pro Bowl player. He's not an old Pro anymore, but this was a top 5 defense last year. It's number 3 in the NFL this year. And Vince Wilfork, at his age and with that amazing body we all saw on that magazine cover, he still can fill up the middle. And it helps having J.J. Watt and Jadeveon Clowney, no longer a linebacker, a right defensive end on that line with him. But Vince Wilfork has been a pleasant surprise at his age for the Houston Texans.
Absolutely, and it'll be fun to watch Vince out there. But thanks a lot, Brian. And we'll get right into the game. Stay on NESN.com for all your Patriots coverage. Go over the Houston Chronicle for Texans news.